Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hi! Hi! Hi, everybody, welcome. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Please, please. All right. Thank you. Sit up now. All right. Don't now. You're just patronizing me. Sit down. I've got on my new tie tonight. What do you think? It's red. Look at that. Look at that. It's a great day for America, everybody. I'm trying out a new tie. I have a problem with ties. I can never get them right. I think if I just get my man boobs a little bigger, the tie will just nestle between them. I'm never sure about wearing a red tie. It always looks like you're trying too hard or trying to be a senator or something. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure about it. Write in and let me know what you think about the red tie, everybody. Send your emails to Craig@the-internet/ I don't care. It is a great day for America. It's hump day! It's hump day, everybody! Yes! Every day's hump day when you've got a red tie. It's a great day, of course, for the Star Wars fans, because you know the Star Wars fans I'm talking about, middle-aged guys who've never taken their Wookiee out of the box. Those guys. Because George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, he celebrates his birthday today. Happy birthday, George. He produced it. Yes, happy birthday, George Lucas. George Lucas, of course, the creator of the shaving to make it look like you've got a jawline type thing. Come on. Yes, I've got a firm jawline. No, you haven't. You've got a sharp razor is what you've got. Guys think if they shave the neck hair off, it makes them look like, you know, I don't know, Troy Donahue or something. Who's that? He was a guy in movies, wasn't he? Troy Donahue, was he? I don't know. Anyway, somebody called Troy. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about George Lucas. He produced the new Indiana Jones movie. Yeah. I know. And I think I speak for us all when I say, George, that movie better not have Jar Jar Binks in it. I mean it. I mean it. It is a bit of a sad anniversary today as well. It was 10 years ago today that Frank Sinatra passed away, which was a sad day for this country. I was always a huge fan of Sinatra. He was the greatest thing ever to come out of Hoboken, New Jersey. It's maybe the only great thing to come out of Hoboken, New Jersey. I'm kidding. I love Hoboken. If your hoe ain't broken, don't fix it. That's what I always say. Do you know, I did love Sinatra. I loved Frank. You know what I loved about Frank? He didn't even have to sing real words. He was so cool he could just make crap up and sing it and it'd be fine. He'd be like, ring-a-ding-ding, Rudy-toot-toot, Jack baby tonight. What does that even mean? Nothing, but it doesn't matter. He would take other people's songs, make up his own words and put them in, and it didn't matter either. It would be better, because it was Frank. Did you ever hear his version of Send in the Clowns? Send in the clowns, clowny clown clown. Clowny, clown, clown, clowny, clown. Clowny, clown, clown. Clowny, clown, clown. All right, that's enough. See, when I try to sing like Frank, it sounds ridiculous. A lot of people try to sound like him, you can't do it. It's much easier to imitate his drinking. I got pretty close to that in the 80s. Now, people called Frank the Voice because his voice was so beautiful. It's the same reason I'm called the Sausage. No. Oh, get your mind out the gutter. Because I like sausages. Frank's nickname we can cut that out. Frank's nickname was also, he was called Old Blue Eyes. I'm not sure if he liked that, though. No one wants a nickname with old in it. If you called Frank Old Blue Eyes to his face, he'd give you Old Black Eyes right back. He could throw a punch, Sinatra. That was back then when pop stars were tough. Can you imagine Justin Timberlake throwing a punch? Fruit punch, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. I'm kidding, he's great. If Frank was starting out today, though, Frank Sinatra, he'd have to go on American Idol. He'd deal with Simon and everything. I like your voice, but your clothes are rubbish. Yeah, well, you're dead, mister. Frank was the first pop superstar. He really shook things up back in the 1940s. Back then, pop music was safe, bland, and predictable. Exactly like it is today. Think that, James Blunt. Oh, James Blunt fans, I don't care. If you could hear the colour beige, it would sound like James Blunt. There, I said it. I said it. You know it's true. I liked him right up until the thing he did about James Blunt. Now I hate him forever. Sinatra, though, he was very popular with the teenage girls back in the day. Back then, they were called bobby socksers. They were the bad girls of their time. They'd roll their socks down to their ankle to show some skin. That was like the 1940s equivalent of the tattoo just above your ass, right there. You know that, the tramp stamp, right there. Call me Cinnamon. Anyway, Frank made the girls crazy because he was a crooner. A real crooner can sing anything, doesn't matter what the words are, and the women will go mad for it. It doesn't even matter what he's saying. He's like, your ass looks fat in those jeans. Oh, I love you, Frank! The older generation at the time, they didn't like Sinatra. They preferred his rival, Bing Crosby. There's a famous Bing Crosby quote from back then. He said,
Frank's the kind of singer that comes along once in a lifetime. Why'd you have to come along in mine?
That's what he said. That's right, Bing Crosby sounded like Mr. Ed. If Mr. Ed was from Scotland.
Wilbur?
So Bing said that, then he said,
Excuse me, I have to go upstairs and beat my kids.
Anyway, oh, it's a joke, lighten up. He didn't really say that. What am I talking about? Sinatra! Sinatra had great songs. He had a song called Luck Be a Lady Tonight, where he sang, a lady doesn't leave her escort and blow on another guy's dice. If that's your definition of a lady, that's setting the bar pretty low, that's what I'm saying. He also had a song, L.A. is My Lady, which was a great song, much better than his follow-up song, Denver is My Bitch. There was one song Frank did, though, I didn't like. I don't agree with it. It was the Love and Marriage song. You know, the love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. What's wrong with a horse on its own? A carriage it's just going to slow you down. Eventually it's going to take half your stuff away. I'm joking, of course, for legal reasons. Frank, of course, was the leader of the Rat Pack. The Rat Pack was Frank, Sammy, Dean, Jermaine, Tito, and Ringo. They actually reunited in the 1980s. They went on tour, and in the middle of the tour, Dean Martin said he wanted a break. And this is true, they replaced them with Liza Minnelli. I know! Replacing Dean Martin with Liza Minnelli doesn't make sense. One is a hard-drinking older man with a raspy voice, and the other one's Dean Martin. It doesn't make any sense. It's true. That was back when Liza Minnelli looked great. Do we have a picture of Liza now? Yeah, look, she's let herself go. I know, we gotta take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, my naughty. Whoa. Ow! What was I talking about? Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. He was his own man, that's why I loved Frank. He was a man's man. He wasn't one of those corporate kiss asses. By the way, I hope you enjoyed the commercials. Isn't CBS great? No, you know what I loved about Frank? Frank Sinatra, to me, typified the time when Vegas was really Vegas. You know what I mean? Before it became about what it is now. Which is sensational, of course, for legal reasons. But it's... It was really the kind of hip, swinging, cool type. Him and, do you remember, he's still around, of course, Tom Jones. I love Tom Jones. Yes! Oh, not unusual! I always imagined Tom Jones would enjoy the motorboat. I can't think why. I went to see Tom Jones once. I'll tell you this. My mother and father came over from Scotland, because I'm not originally from America. And my mum and dad came over, and we went for a drive. I went to see the Grand Canyon. I took them to see the Grand Canyon. My mum didn't get out of the car, but my dad did. That was oh, that's nice, son. It's a great big hole. Look at that. My mother was like, oh, it's lovely. I can see it from here. Then we went to see an IMAX movie of the Grand Canyon in a movie theatre right next to the Grand Canyon. And my mother was like, oh, this is incredible. I said, the real thing is right there. She's like, oh, no, I don't want to go in there. Just sit here in the movie theatre looking at movies of what? It's exactly the same outside. Anyway, we went to the Grand Canyon. We did a little thing around there. We bought some Navajo blankets and stuff like that. And then we went to Las Vegas. We drove up to Las Vegas because I knew the guy who was the opening comedian for Tom Jones. So I could get... We went to see Tom Jones, and Tom was like... doing his thing, right? I know that's nothing like him, but that's all I got. Anyway, we go and see Tom Jones. My mother always loved Tom Jones. He's very sexy to her. And to many, many people. And then, so we watched Tom Jones, who was sensational, by the way. I mean, just gave this blistering performance. And afterwards, I got invited round, we got round to meet Tom Jones. So it was me, my mum, and my dad. Now, my mother, at the time, had just had knee surgery. She had her knees replaced. By other knees, obviously, not by, you know... It wasn't like, you know, she didn't have any wheels or anything put in. She had had knee surgery, so she was kind of on sticks. That was one of the reasons she probably didn't want to get out into the Grand Canyon, when I think of it now. But she had the knee surgery. Are you implying I'm insensitive in some way? Anyway, so she was we were standing by, and my mother she was standing there, she had two walking sticks, right? And the guy came back, and he said, Tom Jones's handler or something came back and said, Tom will be right with you. He's just, you know, being hosed down after his performance. And he'll be right out to say hello. And my mother, me and my dad are standing there, right? Like, her son and her husband of 45 years standing there, and my mother gave my dad one walking stick and me the other one and said, hide the sticks, boys. I was like, why? She said, I don't want Tom seeing me like this. I'm like, why? What are you planning, mother? And then Tom came in, and I've never seen my mother like that ever since. You know, she was like a bobby soxer. And when my mother left Las Vegas, at the end of that vacation, she had a tattoo at the top of her ass. That's all I'm saying. Not true, not true. We'll be right back with the emails, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the big Wednesday night hump day show, or what we're calling it, Red Tie Wednesday. Look at that. Don't applaud my tie. You'll only encourage it. I can't be mucking around tonight. I get too much to do. I went off in some meandering story about my mother and Tom Jones. I don't even know if we have time for an email. Do we have time for email?
Rudy Toot email, yeah! Jack, baby, tonight. 2 emails rocks with a twist. That's right, baby.
Email. Vegas email. Hey, I tell you what, I'm actually going to Vegas in July. In July, I think it is. I'm doing a week of shows in Las Vegas at the MGM. I know. Not this show, you know, the good one, without cameras. The one where I cuss and everything. Anyway, we got some emails. I better get through them. Let's see. This is from Dick in Cedar Rapids in Iowa. All right. It says, "Hi, Craig. When you're staying at a hotel, do you ever fold over the corners on the first sheet of toilet paper so housekeeping won't know you've used the roll?" Why would you do that? Once you actually book into the room, you are entitled to use the toilet paper. It's part of the entire package. Sometimes you get breakfast, sometimes you don't, but you always get use of the toilet roll. Wow. All right, this is from Justin in Fort Worth in Texas. I've been there, actually, Fort Worth, Texas. Stayed in a hotel. Went through about 4 rolls of toilet paper. Well, they got that spicy barbecue there. I think you know what I'm saying. You know, for damn yourself. Yeah. All right, Justin says, "Dear Mr. Craig." He says, "Dear Mr. Craig. I need another man's opinion on this. Is it weird for a guy to shave his legs?" Well, it depends on where you are. I mean, in Europe, no. It's not weird for a guy in Europe to shave his legs. In Texas, oh yeah. Yeah, in fact, I'd keep that quiet down in Fort Worth, Texas. "Hey, fellas, I shaved my legs." "We like a man hairy in Texas." Let's see. This is from Bob in St. Louis in Missouri, or Missouri, depending on how pedantic you are. But St. Louis, by the way, I always want to say St. Louis, and they never like you to say that. It's like Houston and Houston. I always want to say Houston, but people who live there want to call it Houston. It's nothing like that at all. But he says, "Since the show is live, shouldn't you start the show proclaiming that it was a great day for America, excluding bad days, of course?" These are all rubbish. Or for our Spanish-speaking audience, basura. Basura. This is from D in Sacramento. D says, "If you were the 5th Beatle, what instrument would you play?" If I was the 5th Beatle, I'd be like 70 years old by now. I don't know, wasn't there a 5th Beatle? What was his name? Pete Best? Yeah, Pete Best, I think. He was the drummer before Ringo. And Pete Best, he was the guy that they got rid of and they got Ringo, and then they got, then they became the Beatles. Do you think Pete Best wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror and goes, "Oh no! I'm Pete Best! Damn!" That must be rough, though, huh? I mean, to be the guy who was, I'm the guy who was in the Beatles before they got famous. I wonder what instrument... Oh, he was a drummer, wasn't he? He was a drummer. And then they got Ringo, who is he a drummer? Yeah. But he's underestimated as a drummer, Ringo Starr, actually. A lot of people think Ringo Starr isn't a good drummer. He's actually an excellent drummer. There, I said it. He is. He always comes in on the downbeat. Remind you of anyone? Yeah, well, that's it. That's all the email we've got time for. It's all the email we have. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back with Tony Danza, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, I was just looking out the window at the view. The great metropolis of Los Angeles laid out before me like some giant photograph. It is almost as if it was a photograph with some flashlight stuck to it. That's the magic of this city. I don't know what I'm doing that for. Why not? My first guest tonight is the author of a cookbook, Don't Fill Up on the Antipasto, which is good advice. Please welcome Tony Danza, everybody. Tony Danza. The city of Los Angeles, Tony, laid out before you.
And it is such a thrilling sight.
It is,
really
isn't it? One day this could all be yours.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've even got a copy of the book,
How
right?
about that? We got a book.
Well, no, you got a book.
Oh, my son and me and my son, and
look.
that's my grandson.
So,
yeah.
I was going to say, because if he wrote the book, that would be a big news story
I
right
know,
there.
yeah. Well, he'll tell you, he's much better. He was calling me Grampna for a while.
Grampna?
Grampna. But now I'm Grandpa.
Is that Italian? Grampna?
No, Grampna was just, it was an
thing?
early thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so me and my son got together and wrote this. Now, Don't Fill Up on the Antipasta is it's all about things that they said to us when we were growing up.
It's not a cookbook, then?
Well, it is. It is a cookbook, but it's also like a memoir book about my mother's side of the family and my father.
So where were, are they both Italians?
Yes,
All
tutti
right.
italiani. Sì,
sì,
Madonna
yeah,
mia.
absolutely. What parts of Italy are they from, then?
My mother's from Sicily.
I've been to Sicily.
Have you?
Yeah.
I know, you sent me a card. Did I not bring it out? A card today had a picture of Sicily.
Because Sicily, I went to a town called Cefalù in Sicily. You know that?
Where is that?
It's on the northern coast.
Okay, so where my mother was born is a town called Campobello di Mazzara.
Ah, that sounds nice. Yeah,
And it's on the southwest coast. It's near Marsala, the city of Marsala. And there's a little beach town next to it called Tre Fontane, Three Fountains.
Right.
And that's where they've migrated to the... it's an interesting thing about my family. They buy houses. They're like... My mother was the ambitious one in the family.
Right.
She was always saying, we should buy the house next door. We should buy the house next door.
Right.
The house was
Did
next
she
door.
keep saying that? Did you keep buying houses next
But they
door and
weren't
next
for
door and
sale.
next door?
She just was trying to tell us.
All right.
And now you go back there and they have a lot of houses.
Really?
So, yeah, it's in the
So
family.
you go back to Sicily a lot, then?
Well, not a lot, but I've been there.
It's fun.
great.
I thought the people were
Fantastic.
so nice in Sicily. They're so friendly.
I'm related to everybody there.
Well, there is a bit of
Everybody.
that. Yeah.
I was in
a
a
bit of
town. I was related to everybody
Well,
in the town.
they
It was
are.
great.
When I say they're friendly, they're very friendly with each other too.
No,
you know,
Well, cousins. What do you want?
right. Well, and I went to Palermo.
Beautiful city.
Yeah, it's a very
Beautiful.
nice city.
Well, Italy itself.
It's fantastic. You know, whenever I go to Italy, I always think, why don't I live here? I'm a jerk. It's so fantastic, isn't it? With the
Someday
food.
you may choose to.
No, I'm an American buddy. But
Speaking
the,
of
I'm here. Look, you mean give up all of this? Give up the city of LA?
Remember when you had an apartment over
Yeah,
there?
I do. Yeah.
By the way, I heard you were talking about a very famous Italian today in the monologue.
Who's that? Oh, Frank Sinatra? Oh, yeah, I love Frank
You know, we're
Sinatra,
coming up
yeah.
on the 10th anniversary.
Yes,
of his
yes, I
death.
know. Yeah.
He died in '98.
Did you ever meet Sinatra?
Did I meet him?
Yeah.
Yes, I got yelled at by. He used to yell at me a lot.
What did he say? Kid, get away from my house.
No, I was obsequious. I was like a pain in the neck. Like I'd see him at things, and I was so awed by him that I would get like all nuts about it. I'd get obsequious. I'd be everything. I'd be like, can I get you a drink? Can I clean your suit? Can I carry your wife? I mean, I'd be
Carry your wife?
I would do anything.
Wow.
And after a while,
Did you have to carry? Did his wife have to be
of course
carried?
not. But I would try to do anything I could for him, and of course he chased me.
Yeah,
By
well,
the way,
carrying his wife, that's going to get you in
I was
trouble
just
with.
making a,
I was-
by the way,
yes.
I introduced him to my mother.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I introduced my mother to Tom Jones.
Did you? That's good.
What happened
Not
was
quite the same, but
not
Tom's
really.
a great guy.
He is.
Tom's
He is.
a great
My
guy.
mother, she had had knee surgery, so we had to hide her walking sticks because she didn't want Tom to see her with it.
I know. Yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
Mom, come on.
My mother used to say to me when I was on TV, I'm going to have a TV show, and she said to me, "Big shot, when you introduce me to Sinatra, then you're a star."
So you did that.
So I finally got to do it, and he was great to her. It was
Yeah?
unbelievable. Yeah. It
What
was
did he say to
amazing. She came out. We did a show, and he did my show. He did a tag on Who's the Boss, and he came in. And it was an amazing thing. I asked Tina, and I said, "Would your father do my show?" And he said yes. It was the weirdest
that
thing. And
is
so
awesome.
Sinatra came, so I flew her out, and she got to meet Sinatra, and he was great to her. He took pictures with her. He gave her his orange kerchief. Remember, he had those orange kerchiefs, and he.
I was going to say, what'd you do there? Is that? Is that some kind of Sicilian thing?
No.
Is that like?
Wait,
I
no.
knew it was you, Fredo. Is that like that?
No.
You broke my heart. That one.
The Sicilian thing is I'm going to kill the guy who put that cup there. Kidding me? What is that?
Yeah, well, I think we don't have a tissue, but there's a feather here.
Thanks. Has this been used?
Yeah. No, we'll give it a break.
Oh, it's,
There you go. There's a tissue. That's the guy there. I'm glad you didn't do that, my friend. Hey, did you know that when you were talking about who's the boss,
Yes.
there's actually apparently there's a sex position now called the Tony Danza. Did you know that? Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you know what it is? Because I don't know what it is.
Well, it's not something that we should be talking about on TV, but it's a...
This is not TV. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
On CBS.
Well, I hear the ratings are pretty good there,
Yeah,
Craig.
but
But anyway, no, I understand there are a number of descriptions, and some of it is using my name. What do you want from me? I'm an icon. Boy, this is something I'm so happy about being famous for.
I know,
boy. I've made it.
Yeah.
I'm a sex act.
Never mind. But yes, exactly.
A sex act, baby.
I love
Right
it.
on.
Aren't you proud?
It has to do. Of course, it has to do with at one point yelling, "Who's the boss?"
I see.
Enough said. By the way, I have a band named after me too, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Do they tap dance?
I know, they're like a heavy metal punk band.
How do they fit all that onto the drum skin? Do the kids still write that on the drum skin?
Yeah, how do you get it on the album cover? Right?
Yeah, not even back to the big albums now. They do the big albums.
Yeah.
It's awful. Yeah. We're going back. But Tony, we're out of time. But listen, thank you very much for the book. I'm going to read this. Are there recipes in it?
The recipes are tied to stories about the uncles and the aunts. And the great thing is the kid was born, my son was born when I was 19. So he got to grow up with the uncles and the aunts.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so
That's
we wrote
nice.
some stuff about them. And it's, and there's some pictures of the family. And and the food is great.
Is there a description of the Tony Danza sex act in there?
But there is a date sauce. A date sauce.
That'll do.
You need it. You could use it.
Tony Danza, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I just had a great idea, right? Before the guest comes out, right, they put a glass of water there for the guest. And I thought maybe I could slip something unpleasant into it. That would make me a complete jerk. But I won't. What's in that thing anyway? It's just water, isn't it? Yeah, it's just water. Show business water. Yeah, I'm on a health diet. What? My next guest is in the movie Baby Mama, which is in theaters now. She also stars in ER, which is Thursdays on NBC. Please welcome the lovely Maura Tierney, everyone. Maura Tierney. I didn't put anything unpleasant in your drink,
Yeah,
by the way.
right.
No, I didn't. No, you can...
You have to have a sip.
All right, I will. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it.
All right.
Help yourself. Hey, I like your hair.
Thanks.
I just said it when you come out. Well, I just thought, I like your hair. You've had it done, haven't
Yeah,
you?
well, it's a different color, I think, since...
Oh.
It was blonde for many years, now it's brown.
Well, I think it's kind of nice.
thank
That's a
you.
good look. And I like your shiny top.
Thank you.
I think I've got pajamas like that, with that kind of material.
Yeah. It's comfortable.
It is comfortable. It's very comfortable. If you have...
I can't tell if you're ragging on the top or you're liking
No,
the top.
I'm not ragging on the top.
Okay.
I'm not ragging on you.
Okay.
Why would I rag on you?
All right, sorry.
I'm talking... What was...
I don't know, just nothing.
Did you just take off
It's
an
just
elastic
a rubber
band?
band, yeah, around my
Why'd
hand.
you wear a rubber band? Do you have the OCD?
No, well, no.
I've got it terrible.
Do ya?
Oh, I do. I have the OCD all over the place. I have to, it's just I have to touch things twice.
Do you want this?
Do I want that?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to help it much, is it? Yeah, I could put it on something.
There's a quit smoking thing that does.
Is that a quit? Oh, if ever you want a
You're
cigarette.
supposed to do that, which I don't know how the hell that's supposed
Well,
to help.
I think it'd be better if you did this.
Yeah, if you smoked it, it would help. Exactly.
Are you trying to quit smoking?
Yes.
How long have you not
I
had this?
can't even discuss how long I've been trying to quit
It's
smoking.
really hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, no,
Did you smoke?
I did smoke, yeah, I used to smoke. I stopped when I was 34. 10, 11 years
Maybe when
ago.
I turn 34, I'll stop smoking.
Yeah, that's what you should do. How dare you laugh? No, I had a real hard time because, like, when I gave up drinking, it was a lot easier than giving up
People
smoking.
said that to me.
Yeah, because you give up drinking, you know, you lose weight. Everyone goes, "Hey, you can stand," all that kind of stuff. But you give up smoking, you put on weight, you get cranky and everything. People hate
You cry
it.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I cry a lot when I try
Do you
to quit
cry a
smoking.
lot?
Yeah, horrible. It's horrible.
Really?
Yeah, at work, nobody knows how to deal with me. They'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
action, I start weeping. It's just
But that's
horrible.
good. Actresses that cry get Oscars.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Just
So
gonna
I've
go.
been continually quitting smoking for my whole career.
And you should put on an English accent. You want to get an Oscar? Cry in an English accent. Oh, Lord Pussy, I'm so upset. Boom, Oscar. For the
call
woman
my
too, that
agent.
works. Yeah. No, it's true. Now, do you still get nervous coming on this show? You were very nervous the last time.
I did get a little nervous, yeah.
But you're not nervous.
But I
no.
had some Hollywood water before I came on.
Ah,
And I had a mini quiche. You have lovely mini quiches in the green room.
I love the mini
They're
quiches.
good,
Yeah.
so
You
that
know
would
what's...
help it ease the
No, they're
tequila
great.
gel.
And what I like about the mini quiches, when I hold it, my hand looks huge. It's like, look at the size of my hand. This is a regular size quiche. Oh, bow down to me, quiche lovers. No, it's nice. I know you're still having a nice time on the ER because you've been on it for a while.
I've been on it for a while.
Yeah.
And I am having a nice time. I mean, I'm almost done. So.
Are you ready to quit?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, leave.
Leave?
Move on. Move forward.
How long have you been doing it?
8 years.
Yeah, that's a while.
So it's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do afterwards?
I'm not going to go to med school. No, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I have no idea.
Why don't you go on a road trip or something?
I might do that. I've done that many times. in
Have
the
you
past.
really?
Yeah.
I used to do that a
I
lot.
drove all over this country.
Really? Where have you
Several
been? Have you
times.
been to Chesterton?
Every state. Except
Every
like
single
Kansas. I've not been to Alaska. But I've been everywhere. I mean, I've been everywhere. No, I'm kidding.
No. Have you been to Florida?
Yeah.
Have you been to Delray Beach?
No.
That's a great place.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
Delray
you been
Beach.
to Mount Rushmore?
No, I haven't.
That's amazing.
Is it really
I
nice?
love that kind of stuff. Niagara Falls, Mount Rushmore, those kind of iconic.
Yeah,
Americana.
I heard that Niagara Falls is a bit cheesy now, though. Is that right?
Not from the Canadian side.
Hey,
of
now.
course, it's not
Yeah.
cheesy in Canada, you know.
Are you Canadian?
No.
No, but you have Canadian sympathies. Clearly.
Yes. Well, in as much as I, don't mind the passive aggressiveness of the entire country.
No, and also you're friends with Dave Foley.
Yes.
He was a lovely Canadian.
Yes, he's
he is
lovely.
very nice, isn't he, Dave
He's
Foley?
nice. Passive aggressive.
Very passive aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he has it. That's a Scottish thing, by the way. They learned that from Scottish
Oh,
people.
really?
Yeah, and you know when Canadians say a boot?
Uh-huh.
They
And
learned that
pasta?
from Scottish.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, Scottish people. But the bacon, that's all theirs.
Okay. Good to know.
I like Canada. I like it a lot. Have you been to Montreal?
Yes, but many, many, many years ago.
Oh, it's
I like
fantastic.
Nova Scotia.
They speak French.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
I'm
it's fascinating. They speak French, but kind of not real French, kind of a weird French.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like they're pretending to be ducks.
Did you really take your mother to the Grand Canyon on crutches?
Yeah, I know. Now as I
That's
think
so
about
funny.
it, yeah, it's not a very good thing to do, is it? I was trying to be a good son.
It's like you tortured her.
Well, I had to get her back for the first 20 years, didn't I?
Did you like the Grand Canyon?
I do like the Grand Canyon. I think it's...
I didn't kind of get it. I have to go back.
Well, when were you there?
7 years ago? 8?
It hasn't changed much.
I know, but I didn't get it. It's too big.
Well, it's
I had
very
no
big. It's the
perception.
Grand
Did you take-
Canyon.
I know.
It's not the, middle-sized canyon.
You
It's the
go,
Grand Canyon.
And you're like, wow, that is big.
Yeah.
And then we left.
Well-
I don't know what else to do there.
Can't you stay for a while and be overawed by the awesome power of nature?
Apparently not. I don't know.
Are you really going to leave ER?
Yes.
Are they going to kill your character?
I begged them to kill my character. They won't.
So what are you going to do? Just become
the ending
go
is
to the
very
Grand
charming and sweet. Oh, yeah, she's going to go to the Grand
She's going to
Canyon.
go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to go to the Grand Canyon.
My character's going to love the Grand Canyon. Yeah, yeah, it's sort of a sweet ending with me and the guy that plays, Goran, who plays my...
Oh.
Hey, the other cast members were on this show.
Yes, Ed Parminder's been here. Yeah.
John?
John has been here.
Who do you like? What's that all about?
Stamos! John Stamos has been here. I'm like, yes, Stamos has been here many times. It felt like a lot of times. It's probably only once.
Oh, really?
And they all come over here.
Yeah.
Do you go on with them?
I just want to know do I what?
Do you go on with them? I found them not very pleasant, most of them.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm
kidding.
leaving.
They're very nice.
Too. No, we get on great.
Do you all kind of live in the same house like the monkeys?
No. But we do hang out a lot.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
like the monkeys.
You're going to miss them when you...
I will miss them terribly.
When you go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's
shame.
going to be sad.
Well, but you'll still come back even though you're not on ER, right?
Come back to where?
To here.
Hopefully I'll have some other jobs, I hope. To
Yeah.
talk
It's a
about.
show business. You might have your own talk show.
I might just be drinking the show business water. And not actually be in show business anymore.
No, that's all right. We gotta go to some commercials. Do you wanna come back some other time?
Yeah.
All right. Come back some other time. Maura Tierney, everybody. Here we are.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Can I just apologise to Estelle? Because we talked so much tonight that we had run out of time. So we'll have her back on the show very soon. Now, what we did learn on the show, we learned that I was wearing a red tie and I felt a little self-conscious about it, to be honest. We learned my nickname is the Sausage. Because I enjoy sausages. We learned that my mom met Tom Jones. Yes, and that she tried to hide her walking sticks after her knee surgery. We learned that people in show business sometimes like to drink show business water. We learned the Maura Tierney technique of not smoking, which is use a little thing on your fingers and you don't want a cigarette, apparently. Which is interesting. I haven't had a cigarette in 10 years, and I'm just doing this, and it's making me want to have a cigarette. Do you know once, when I was giving up smoking, actually, I know we're out of time. I don't give a rat's ass. Estelle's already gone home. We can't fix it now. So, when I was giving up smoking, the first time I tried, I stopped for like four months, and then I met a girl, and she smoked. And I was in a bar with her. I don't drink, but I was in a bar because she's a girl. And I thought, well, I'll try and, get her to sleep with me by smoking cigarettes with her. And I started smoking. Well, not, obviously I talked and listened and stuff and all that. What? And then I smoked a cigarette to try and, be cool. And it was such a shock to my system that I had to go home, and I had a very big night in the bathroom on my own. I know. So let that be a lesson to you kids. Stop smoking. And once you stop, stay stopped. And then so things never worked out with me and this girl, but I did stop smoking again. So in a way, it all worked out. We gotta go. Good night, everybody.